What's gulping my group of globs? Slmccl said, establishing a connection with you. Today I played Stanley Parable, and let's just say it was, oh my god, how does he know what I'm thinking? Slmccl thought to himself. Wait, this isn't possible. Okay, maybe he's just anticipating it. What if I burger oh wah when I was in 3rd grade I forgot the garage door code and really had to pee. So I peed myself and sprayed my entire body down with a hose to make it look less suspicious, Slmccl non-verbally confessed. Well, my gloopy gamers, let's set. Slmccl ran. He ran before he even had the chance to tell you to subscribe like he always did. But that's okay. No one would believe him about today. And by the time he was back, I'd be long gone. The video started.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
That's my real name.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Squid Game.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
This is what I do.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yay, Stanley!
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Dream went live.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
What?
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Whoa. I'm Stanley. No, not 420, chat! Not in this office. No weed, no drugs, just buttons. Buttons and numbers and buttons and numbers and... Why does it make that sound when I click? 428. 429. Squid Game?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
They're somewhere out here, dude. I know. Where's Garfield? The cat. 424. 456 has gotta be around here somewhere.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
It was so funny, though.
It was so funny when Stanley touched everything. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
No. I didn't do it.
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort.
I thought that was
good. Now,
good.
suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Well, okay, Dad.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
That's a respectable number. That is a good number. That is a good number of clicks. Hang on.
I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort.
Yeah,
I want to see some hustle,
okay.
Stanley.
You're right.
I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Okay, all right.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. 20 clicks. Nautical miles. Cookie clicker. Grandma harvest. Cookie harvest.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
That's a great idea. It's gone! Quick game!
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door
Me too.
415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Yes, Papa! 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now, back to door number 437.
Let's go quickly now. It was 4. I think it was 4.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
I have to.
All right, back to room 417.
What?
I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I think you're right.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419. Yes.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up.
Yay!
Now give me a few clicks on door 416.
Yes, sir. Woo!
We've almost got it!
Oh my
Now
God!
the copy machine, do that one again!
Let's just say, copy that, sir.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now? What were you thinking?
Someone just typed, am I getting off to this? What? Just because I like it sexually?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm a liberal.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
He didn't. He wanted to find door 456 and go Squid Game ending.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
All right, fine,
A
fine.
room,
fine,
but
fine.
eager to get back to
Fine.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, I certainly could. I certainly could. Or I could go to the funny... That is a funny chair, dude. Oh! Why was it the old guy the whole time?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death, which means while it is standing completely still...
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay. To be fair...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It made sense in my head.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'll be the Stanley I was meant to be, okay? I'll follow your rules.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you, take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers, resent coworker. Oh, never mind. What are your dreams for the future? Success? Plant mitosis! Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There is the broom, though. You can't say there's nothing in here. I mean, I'm in here. I could close. What if I close the door?
Here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Secrets.
Please offer me some explanation here.
Secrets.
I'm genuinely
the secrets
confused.
in the walls.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
Yeah, that's what chat's
I
saying!
hope your friends find this concerning.
Yeah, they're saying the broom closet ending's the best ending, dude. I gotta know what happens. Welcome, Raiders,
Stanley
to the
was
stream.
fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh,
He probably only got the job because
no!
of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I clicked on 420 once, dude. I took one bite of the devil's lettuce, bro. A single bite, and I'm
Well,
pretty
I've
sure it
come
was a
to
house
very
plant.
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Holy shit, a dead body! I think he must have been live or something. Why was he... What was he doing in here? It's just a broom closet. Thank you, Dead Inside, for the resub. I'm sure this guy would have loved it. Oh! Oh, you can step out.
Second player, it's good to have you on board.
Good to be here.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
What did you do? It's something in here, isn't it?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species
What happened to
of
him in
invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I do. It's crazy. I actually do have a fungus from Slime Story. What? Email report? What the fuck did I just do? Holy shit. Username Pat. What the fuck did I just... I used a What? By the way, Earth Day sale going on over at slimestory.com. Go over there. Grab something now before it's too late. Everything's 20% off and it plants double the trees. Okay, still just here with a corpse at my, it feels like his soul just possessed me for a second to plug his sale. That was weird.
Office.
I'm gonna walk downstairs instead. Am I about to get boiled?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
Yeah.
His boss would think he was crazy. None of it made any logical sense.
That's valid.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm dreaming!
1, 2, 3, 4.
He yelled.
1, 2, 3,
This
4.
is all a dream.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Been here before.
He wasn't going to lose his job.
Been here before.
He wasn't crazy after all.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Ah!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
Sorry. I don't want to go! I don't want to go to...
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining
I'm
so
going
lucid?
into space!
And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered
Where
Stanley's
don't take me there, I don't want...
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself.
Is it about the creature, the shadow creatures
Why
I see?
is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all
felt very odd, and wondered if the voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
How could it be? Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Yes.
That this was a dream.
Yes.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Baba boy.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Yes.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
What do we more? What do we more? What do we more?
And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What the fuck happened here? Holy shit. Were they live? Okay. They're playing some kind of game? Holy shit, man. They're fucking... They're two dead people right there. Well, I guess,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What's up, everyone on the stream? I'm Slmccl.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I'm really good at following instructions.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
A broom closet? I guess there probably wouldn't be anything in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah. Computer, book, the beige pages. It's like some sort of... Oh my god! What? Business strategy? That's just killing a wild panda!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Probably not. Must have hidden it around here somewhere. Must have hidden the pin.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I don't think there's any way he could.
2845.
I know, I'm looking for it.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I cracked the code! What's in here? Down.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his
So a little...
Why did he feel
A little...
But for years, it had never occurred to him. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think I gotta call an emergency meeting for this. I don't like the look of that. I'm sorry. I don't like the look of that. That's
Oops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator.
Nope.
It's still just exactly what it is. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Yeah, this is hardly a non-linear...
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
It's my own thing, okay? Don't make it weird. Fuck you, dude.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Me as well. I can't wait to find out. Woo!
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
I know, this is big.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with...
It's big, man.
No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
That's fair. Take...
I have fully come to terms with it.
Are you sure?
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality.
Okay.
As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Stanley walked forward out of the boss's office, saw a small steel elevator. Curiously, he pushed the red button, labeled with a downwards arrow.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator.
What could
How
be
did I
beyond
not
this?
anticipate it? I mean, sure,
No one
now
could
it's
see.
obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
It never will again.
I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
Not after what's about to
That's just
happen.
how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is.
Not
a
after
breath
what's
of
about to
fresh
happen.
air in a landscape of storytelling
Things are
that
about
has grown
to change.
stale and repetitive.
Oh, I need to upgrade.
You know what?
I need to level up
just
in a
thought of
bonfire.
something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley.
Oh.
You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator.
Could be anything.
But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
You never know.
Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting.
I know.
Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started.
So true.
But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters?
Yes.
Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises?
I don't know.
To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the
Funny choice of
eventual
words.
reveal.
Marvel.
This is storytelling, Stanley.
Yeah.
What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Thank
And
you.
it's
I mean,
really
it's-
all because of you.
No.
You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and
No,
over.
it's-
Truly, I mean it. This is unique and
was
different.
both of us.
It's
It was
not like
both of us.
anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to.
I know.
We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us
fuck is
feel
that?
sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
Thank you.
Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
Yo, you
so that
didn't have-
can
you
talk
didn't
about
have
your
to,
work and your
man.
storytelling and your life.
Okay.
Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I
that's
thought it would
nerve-wracking.
especially mean a
Never mind.
lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley.
big.
I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. Oh, good, we're here.
news, finally.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere. Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
That was the Minecraft door opening sound. Did anyone else's brain, like, straight up get instantly fried by that? Welcome,
All
Stanley.
right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. Stanley, me, Dad, story. For my son. I gotta do this for my son. Remember where I came from. It all started going up, but sometimes you gotta stop and look down. Hello! Hey! Oh my god! Jessica from high school? No fucking way! Oh my god! Do you guys want to try and make a new noise right now? Let me try and make a new noise. I'm gonna try and make a new noise. No, I've done that gulp I've done before. Oh, that's new. That is new. That is new. That is a new sound. That is a new noise. Holy shit! New content? You don't think there could be some new sounds in here? Oh.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know.
And thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yeah, that's great.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's
feeling good
the
about
beginning
this.
of a mesmerizing adventure.
You guys love content, don't you? Let's get some pogs in the chat. Let's get some pogs.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
It's good.
Awfully tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Oh my god. What? Guys! No fucking way.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh my god! Did they really put that in a circle? Oh my god, it feels so good, but every time I go in the circle I can jump, right? But am I still gonna be able to jump when I run out of jumps in the circle? Chat, I don't want to use the last jump. You can't wait for your legs to leave the ground. You gotta squat down first. Oh, I can't! No! Oh my god, I'm impotent. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is terrible.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
Okay. You never know how much content you can get, so you're gonna savor Every second of it, you gotta take it all in like it's precious. Listen to how my feet sound on this carpet. And now listen to how it changed to a metal sound on this scaffolding that looks like it's put here in front of these blinds. It's a good environment all around. They have a plant over here in the corner.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
That is
what
despicable.
Quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
That's big.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always.
That was a... What the fuck? New content?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. I call it
It's beautiful.
the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
And not an imposter in sight.
Like you see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Those were the times, weren't they? Before.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
What does that even mean?
Every game ever created.
What does that even
That's
mean?
how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
So weird to
And
hear
now
him say Persona
it's nothing.
3.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
Guess that's it.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give
No
to
joke.
go back
Oh!
to have it all over again.
Oh! What is this?
Wait, hang on.
What is this?
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game
Yes, real
distributor.
people.
I haven't looked at these in years.
What do they have to
I
say?
can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious remark.
Funny.
I suppose.
No.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast.
And unfunny. And unfunny.
Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh!
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
That's good. He's
Only positive
He's
reviews
responding
of
to
the
criticism.
Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
listening.
a skip button we shall have.
He's listening.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Really?
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window?
Stop. No, there's no window. No, there's no windows. There's like a... What are you talking about?
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh my God.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
What have I done?
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
It does.
It isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground.
No.
One single... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
Oh,
have
God.
you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
What's that sound? Do you hear that? What is that sound? What have I done? What is that? Is that this? What is that? What is that? Stop! Ow! There's beeping.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
What is happening?
It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and... The end is never the end, 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 never the end, is never the...
Oh! It worked! It's breaking down, it's breaking down! I knew it. We just needed to give it a couple millennia. Light. Freedom. Yes, give me more. It's not enough. Holy shit. I'm in The Last of Us 2. Oh! My God! I'm free? But I'm free. It's just me. Oh, it's Dune. We gotta erratically move. Mama, Gabama, Shabana. Timothy Chalamet, where are you? Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What the fuck? There's new content! No shot!
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
No
yes,
shot.
I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh, this is big, guys. I was not sure about that new content, but this new content, I think the narrator's really changed. I think he's really changed.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
It's been fine.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
How?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2. Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
I'm feeling good about this, guys.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there.
$2!
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
This is literally the Dying Light 2 logo.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
They've got merch. Oh my god, I need to spend all of my... They've got a 2. I saw the new content. 2, the end is never the end again. This t-shirt is the best new feature. They thought of everything, man. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. No shot.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Don't say Slmccl.
Jim.
No!
I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
I'm a Jim.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim, I want more.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away.
Jim.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it?
Yes.
The glow of comfort,
Oh,
even
that's
in the
good.
face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Thank you, thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a
No,
person.
you don't have to say that. Infinite hole, it won't end. A free achievement.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
God
right
damn it.
now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee
What
it
are you
will
gonna
be
do?
fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes
What are you
of
gonna do?
ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will.
Gamers! All right, what else have we got? Let's see up here. Can you find? Whoa!
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable
My
life.
God. Yay! Let's just go to
What
the
else?
infinite hole.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Infinite hole looks fine. I'm sure it's great.
Stanley, here's
Oh,
an idea
yeah,
that
look
I'm
at that.
truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever.
How?
That's right. Infinite falling.
How?
You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Holy moly. Ah!
You see,
Ah!
isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue on. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. It's an extreme from one perspective. The infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
You're in hell. All right, that's good. I'm done. I wonder if it'll leave me the same as the first time.
Oh, for heaven. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I get
A
that.
normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
No, I haven't. I really haven't.
Have so much, gosh.
I really haven't.
You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and
My
less.
echo!
I suspect that I'm starting to hit
It's
the
so
point where
unimpressive.
It's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep,
Yeah.
even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole.
Come on.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're
Come on.
obsessed with holes,
I'm ready.
but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch.
This does it for me, man. This is a troll, righty? This is a troll.
You just do
I like it.
whatever it is you're here to do, and hit
Ugh.
the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I'm ready. What?
Is the, teleport button not working?
Oh, no.
You sure? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
No.
It's a win for everyone. You get to
We
be
should
with
make
the
it deep
hole,
again.
I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
My jump! My jump! I was saving the jump! Oh, I was saving it! Oh, no! Well... I guess it's just me. Yes. Could it be? Could this be true? My echo. Is it returning to me? Yes! My echo! My reverb! It's back! Change your perspective. Go beyond. Where will it take me? I don't know. But every hole is waiting for me! Oh my god. Look at that fucking hunk. That's me. You might be wondering how I got here. Well, let's just say I like to go down! No way. I can go even further. I don't know if I can. But I know I have to. Whoa! This is different! Oh! Ooh! Got a bucket! In a hole I wanna fuck it! Going down! Going to the town on the other side of this big mound! Ooh! Hole! Got length, got girth! Gotta know what that hole's worth! It goes down! Down to the ground? How far? Let's see! Another town, maybe. In a hole, going to hell. See a soul, see another soul of a guy who went into a hole. Another try, let's keep going down. Whoa! What the fuck is, I don't like this.
Afsluiten nu gestuurd, die waren dat gespeeld verweerd. Nou ja, die is de mouse dus naar eerste wedstrijd zullen beschikken echt wat met zijn huis. Het is heel veel bezig en heel lezen. Hier hebben we het los sterren.
Holy fuck! Is he going up?
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
No!
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to
And I'm gonna love every second
Stare
of
at
them.
Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
It's sinking time. Come on. I know what this hole do. I know what that hole. No. No, man. Tom, put me back. That was that is unironically my favorite part of the game. Is the hole.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't
That
yet
was
decided
awesome.
on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
Yes.
Which
This
would
one.
you go with?
This one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is. You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
I'm out.
Wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle.
told the people.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah.
Epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Settings world champion. Hang on. Come on. Let me in. I need the achievement. Okay, the settings world champion achievement. Set all settings sliders in the menu to all available numbers. I'm gonna need to set every single slider to every number. 51, 52, 53, 84. Come on. Yes, invert Y. Yes. Vibration off. Yes, on. Next one.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I don't give a fuck. I'm inverted and I can't hear anything. The sound effects volume, you missed a few. I'm gonna throw up. There's more. It scrolls. Ah! English, Dutch, Francés, Italiano, Español, sí, sí. Sí. Es perfecto. Da. Es bueno. No, es more. ¿Por qué? Necesito obrar. Why? What am I missing? What isn't here? Main menu? It's in the main. I was on the wrong screen the entire time.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Do I have the achievement? Why don't I have the achievement? Why don't I have the achievement? I was on the... I didn't refresh the achievement page. Oh.
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my god! It really makes a difference, guys. I wonder... I mean, do you think a hole could be bumpscocious? You don't think the hole could be bumpscocious, do you? Keep your eyes peeled. Deep in a hole, looking for a secret, I find a key. I'm gonna keep it looking for a treasure chest. Trying to be the very best, cause I'm going deep, I'm going hard, I'm going long, I'm going hard, I'm long and hard. Hang on. Gotta reset the hole. Ooh, beige hole. Red hole. Bone hole. Dog hole. Space hole. Blue hole. Dead hole. Ocean hole.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
The hole!
I mean, there's potential here, right?
This is good. I think this is good.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
The hole?
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes.
Let me see if I can whip something up.
Thank you, IDK, for the reset.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Whoa. Now that is some bumpscosity. Oh my
All
god.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
They did it.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
They really did it.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I know you're hiding a hole somewhere here. Hole in the bathroom? Ah! Oh!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Oh!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier
Yay!
name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster
Always works for
fire,
me.
if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
I love the bucket, bro.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual that Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes.
Yes. This is certainly the most
You told me. It
logical
whispered to me. Standing time.
Okay, I'm going back to the name
They call me
of these
Standing
little
Tatum.
Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
I like Figlies. I'm a fan of Figlies. Not gonna lie.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest
The
moment
only
of
hole I
uncertainty,
have anymore.
He would be all right. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Wait a second. Hole.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley
I got the
wondered.
bucket. I can do anything.
Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Oh, bucket.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
It's just
He'd
good to
never gotten to fully
have a
explore what
family,
was
you know?
up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets.
No,
and
I've
the
got
state of their
something
home
good.
slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this.
No.
The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
I'm sorry.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
It's okay.
This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed.
That's all a bucket is, man.
It wasn't an ending, but it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Well. All right. That wasn't the hole, guys. That wasn't the hole.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No
Stanley,
figlies in there.
Can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
What?
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No.
Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how
You
hard
don't
it must
deserve
be,
her.
given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
We had a life
that your
together!
Life is
We had a
so
life!
banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
I will.
Go through each of them point by point. Okay,
I
got you
still
something which I think will
love
help
it,
settle
you know,
this
I
debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet.
That's my
with all
buck,
your
baby!
meandering Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
The fake hole. Escape?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Jesus Christ! Holy shit!
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought
Yeah.
better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for.
That's awful, man. Listen, if it was just me, it's fine, but I got a bucket to worry about, okay? Yes. Jim.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being
Squid Game.
videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had
Oh
never
my
seen
God.
anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Don't.
Stanley cradled it
Don't,
gently,
Phil.
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Jim.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
No.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
He wouldn't. The bucket would never.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
I've got you, Bucky.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way.
Not hole. That was
The bucket
hole, not
made
hole.
a sassy comment about taking down the system.
We can't make this bucket do something it doesn't want to do. Turn him off!
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control
beautiful.
machine. Freedom
I've still got the
was now
bucket!
mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive
I want
door.
kids. I want
The bucket
kids.
wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Psychotic.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Oh.
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, or go to lengths not to part with the bucket.
No!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. Yeah. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I can't believe the bucket turned on me, man. That was my bucket. That was my hole. We got the bad ending. Oh my god, the sequel. Holy shit.